I got a brand new ticker. Guess what?
Your insurance rate's going
And they're
up.
like,
You're gonna
well,
die
that's
soon.
a lot of money, but everybody else already paid for that. So why do I have to pay more? Because I used the thing that I paid for.
Yep.
It's like buying a Big Mac and then you eat it and they're like, I'm sorry, since you ate the Big Mac,
You gotta pay for
You gotta
it.
pay $5 more.
Next time you get a Big Mac,
No,
it's
that
gonna
was
be
just the
$5 more
smelling
bucks.
rights for the Big Mac. If you want to eat it, I didn't understand. You wanted to eat the Big Mac. Okay. That's going to be $10.95.
Welcome back to Just Whitley Blended. I'm Jesse,
And I'm Tom.
and it's a fucking shitty weather, windy ass day.
Yeah.
I swear it's been windy for the last week. It feels
It's been
like.
really gross. And I think I was hoping it was going to bring in nicer weather, but I think it's just bringing in worse weather. So,
Dude,
yeah, I think it's going to be rainy.
Friday, I went golfing, so I just stayed home from like work. I went golf and took care of a couple things and did some yard work. And, I was like, okay, I'm going to mow and then, edge, make it look nice. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my blower out. And I blew out all the front of my, right in the front at the, end of the road is you see my house. And there's a big old, arborvitae thing, that bush. Anyway, stuff gets blown down there. I blew it all out. And then, made it look nice and clean. Fucking later that day, the wind picked up real hard. And everything came back.
Yep.
Like in that right now, there's the stupid little helicopter seed things.
Oh, yeah. Those things are all over the place.
And I don't have that tree in my
I
yard.
don't either, but they're everywhere. Yeah, our pool. So we just opened the pool last week, and every day I have to go and clean out the filters, the little basket filters, because so many little seed pods will fly in there.
What kind of tree is that?
I don't know.
It's a helicopter tree.
That helicopter tree. We were just talking about that the other day.
Oh,
Helicopter tree.
Yeah,
Elliot
yeah.
brought it up, and Blanca's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, it's a helicopter tree.
It's a helicopter
I don't know. But it's
Someone out there's
gross.
like, it's a poplar.
And the little tiny white ones with like the dot in the middle. Those are just round. They look like those little like Catholic wafers.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
flush.
They're like
Yeah, I don't know. Those are everywhere too. Somebody put out their recycling yesterday just to get ahead of things. I was really appreciative of that when I had aluminum cans and water bottles blowing down my driveway. That was great. Yeah, I had an aluminum can following me, and I was just in a bad mood yesterday anyway. And
Did you stomp on
for
it?
a split second, I wanted to.
Oh God.
I was so that feeling, that irritated feeling. I just wanted to turn around and stomp it flat.
Oh, God,
I didn't though. I didn't.
I guess that's
I just
good.
left it there. I left everything there. I was just like, if I start cleaning up now and it all blows back in, I'm gonna get more angry. So just let it be.
Was it just because of the wind that was angry?
Just because of the wind.
Is that what
I
pushed
don't
you?
know. No.
Or was you just in one of those moods? You
I just kind of had one of those moods. I woke up all day. I was kind of just on
bitchy, like in a bitchiest mood. Yeah, I get like that.
I don't know why. I really don't know why. But anyway.
I think most people can relate to that though, because there's times I've woken up where I'm just, I don't know why, I'm
wrong side of the bed,
irritable.
right?
I got irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah. IBS in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irritable brain syndrome.
But that's like we've been teaching the kids this week figurative language, so they had to learn some of those little things like raining cats and dogs. But that's like getting up on the wrong side of the bed. That's one of those things. Like,
And kids are so literal at that.
they are. That's why we have to flat out teach them. Do you think it's really raining cats and dogs? And half of them on the test will choose yes. Cats and dogs were falling from the sky.
Can you imagine?
Not quite, but all right. So I do believe the old story.
I want to know how that came about.
So I'm going to tell you what I've heard, and I don't know if it's actually accurate.
You're our teacher, so it's true.
But I heard that in the Middle Ages, the animals in the rainstorms would go up into those thatched roofs. Mm-hmm. So they would go and kind of put themselves
like hunker away.
to stay dry.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the thatched roofing, it wasn't really super solid, so they would fall through. And hence the word raining cats, or the term raining cats.
I feel like you made that up, but I can believe
I heard it somewhere. I swear to God.
I'm waiting for you to be like,
these are the types
that sounds
of
like
things
a story I would say.
where you hear it and you recognize that there's like a probably like 87% chance that that's not the truth.
It was someone's
but I mean,
grandpa.
it makes
You
a
don't
lot of
know.
sense. Like, why? What else is it gonna mean?
Now that makes sense
You
though,
know,
actually,
so-
when you think about it, because those
Yeah.
roofs were just like straw and
Right.
fucking
Right.
whatever the garbage that
Yeah.
they put in.
Yeah,
That's crazy
whatever
though.
else.
Thatch roots. Like I've seen a video where they were kind of making something like that, and it was pretty cool the way. I
pretty
mean,
wild.
obviously, I don't think they do it. They did it that way back then, but like,
Sure.
just the way they were cutting it up and doing
Yeah.
stuff. It was cool. It was,
Well,
I
no,
was like,
like, you know,
okay.
you do roof repair and you just go out in your yard and just cut the grass down and like,
I just got a letter from our insurance saying that our roof's 14 years old, so the coverage, it's like roof repair program that whatever our insurance is under, well, we're getting taken out of that.
Oh,
and
right.
and we're getting it put into something else.
yeah, we're not going to pay as much as kind of their idea.
Like basically, if the wind or something, and it's determined that's what effed up the roof, they'll pay. I think is basically what's going to happen. And if not, it's like meh.
Yeah.
And so in June they're taking that. I'm gonna see if like, what if I repair my roof before June?
Right.
Then they'd be like, I don't know.
It's a massive windstorm today.
Fuck insurance, man.
Anything can happen. Yeah, we were just talking about that with my mother-in-law.
God, I hate it.
They got in a car wreck. A company dropped something big off their truck and it hit their vehicle.
Yeah, Louis told me
Jacked
that.
some
That's
stuff up,
crazy.
and the insurance is saying that it's not related to their damage. Isn't related to what happened. So they're like, really? And I'm just like, yeah, we've had issues with our house. Like any water damage at all in your house, they tell you no. They're like, oh no, that's from your water system, so
There are a
that's
bunch of-
not covered. And then you're like, okay, well, it must be from natural storms and things, and then your house floods from a storm, and they're like, no, that's from the rain. That's not covered. You're like, what water do you cover?
They don't cover. Yeah, the toilet.
If a pipe like in the wall above leaks, they'll cover it. If it's underneath, like in a basement, they won't. It's my house. It's the plumbing in my house. What's the difference? They are ridiculous.
Well, I don't have a sprinkler system in my ceiling.
Right.
Like, why would I have pipes up there?
Right.
You know?
Well, like in our basement.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, what? That's so stupid.
Yeah.
I got
Like,
vaulted ceilings. I don't even have a fucking. No, I don't.
In the,
got vaulted
in the
up,
basement, though, they got, they
Yeah,
run
yeah,
the
I
lines
know.
under the floor. So it's saying that's not crazy.
No,
But,
that's
no, we've had bad luck with that because we had in our old house we had a water that came in from a rainstorm, and I ended up just having to do a bunch of work to make sure that never happened again. We put in an egress window, and I dug out the French drain and a whole bunch of stuff, but and then ended up totally redoing our basement. Then we sold the house and moved here, and then we had issues from a pool line breaking,
Yeah.
which was very annoying, and had an issue with what was it? Water coming in from like snow melt off really fast.
Jesus.
So I found that leak. So we need to get that patched up. But I'm just like, just don't buy basements. That's the moral of my story. Don't buy basements. I love them.
I can't even
I
say
love having that
like
space.
mine
but
has a basement too. Yeah.
if you do buy a basement, make sure it's from the 1950s because those were like bomb shelter strong.
They
They were like, 12 inches of concrete.
So our house was built in the 60s, but it's there's a part in the front that if you water too much, it leaks into the basement.
Yeah.
And I've dug pretty far down. I'm like, I don't know if there's like a crack in the.
Do you think it falls over the top?
That's what I
of
thought.
the concrete?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe like coming in between.
But
like,
I don't think it is. I think there's a crack somewhere that
Somewhere.
it's seeping through.
Yeah, man. It's
So like I have a crack that it's so thin, but it seeps through.
Yeah.
So eventually my basement's gonna cave.
nah.
But the insurance would be like, nah,
Nope.
sorry.
Sorry, that's critical infrastructure for your house, so we don't cover that.
We don't cover that.
Which is funny that when you buy a house,
We cover
you
if a car hit it.
If you buy, it depends. It was
Yeah.
a foreign car object,
Oh,
so
yeah.
no, I don't get like obviously when you buy a house on credit, the bank wants to make sure that their loan is secure. Like they want to make sure that their asset is there.
Of course.
So you have to buy insurance, right?
Yeah.
That way
Just
they
like in a
know
car, yeah.
that their asset is safe and that they get their value back if something happens with you, the one that they lent the money to. So that makes zero sense if the insurance company is never willing to pay out.
Like
the claim. And if like critical pieces of the house are not covered because
of
like,
something stupid.
Nope, that's your foundation. That's something that is just, it is what it's like. Isn't that exactly the reason that we need insurance, is for those insanely large things that are not normal?
Dude.
Like I can pay for some sheetrock. I can pay for some like new pipe.
But a whole fucking foundation?
But like the entire base. We have friends that just had that happen. Their foundation was going bad because they think that the people that sold the house to them lied about it. Yeah. And
you can't prove that wrong.
You can't prove it usually. But man, I'm in a bad mood again.
Fuck insurance. And then they raise the rates.
And then you call them, they're like, yeah, we're not going to cover that, but we are going to raise your rates because you asked if you could use the product you pay for. And in America, that is not acceptable.
So I called about the windshield replacement, and they go, because I've heard, like, if you go in and, like, hey, I'm getting my window replaced on my car, that it'll be a ding against you, like against your insurance, and like it'll cause your rates to go up, right? And so I called the insurance because I'm like, if I have to pay, I'd rather just pay,
Yeah.
And so it does go. There's like a ding in it, but it's not like it doesn't go against you. But if you have more than if you win like 3-4 times or something.
Oh, okay. So it's like a 1/3 ding or something.
Yeah,
and if you get 3 of them,
it's something like weird like
we're
that.
not buying you windows anymore.
But I was like, I'm not going to claim the fuck. I'm just going to.
But
if I'm going to replace the windshield, maybe. But
the thing that drives me nuts about it though is like it's not like we're paying peanuts for insurance. We pay hundreds of dollars
a month.
A month for insurance. Which I get that the insurance industry is based on the fact that more people are paying in than people using it.
Was it Chris Rock said just in case shit happens?
Yeah,
just in case. Or there was a comedian where they talk about insurance being it's called just in case.
Exactly, it's true though.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just in case. But then when that case comes up, I should be able to take it. And why ding me? I'm already paying for it.
It's not my fault a rock hit my windshield.
I'm paying for a product that I need when I need to use it. And then you're going to say, well, since you needed the thing you're paying for, we now don't trust you as much and you need to pay more. Aren't I less likely to need to use it again since I used it for something major?
I don't know. That's how health insurance seems.
It's like, okay, yeah, right. Like,
and then they'll be like, you're less healthy.
I got a brand new ticker. Guess what?
Your insurance rate's going up.
Like,
you're going to die
that's
soon.
a lot of money. But everybody else already paid for that, so why do I have to pay more because I use the thing that I paid for?
Yep.
It's like buying a Big Mac and then you eat it and they're like, I'm sorry, since you ate the Big Mac,
you got to pay for it.
You got to pay $5 more.
Next time you get a Big Mac,
no,
it's
that
going
was
to be
just
$5
the
more
smelling rights for the Big Mac. If you want to eat it, I didn't understand. You wanted to eat the Big Mac. Okay. That's going to be $10.95.
Yeah. And every Big Mac thereafter is going to be another 99 cents.
Yeah. Oh
extra.
Gosh, this is your 3rd Big Mac? Sorry, from now on it's $20 per Big Mac because you're doing too many. Maybe we should do that.
Dude,
and probably
insurance
curb
is so
the
fucking
wage
fucked
issue
up,
in our
though.
country. But no, I'm just like, seriously, the logic is so screwed up in the whole thing.
I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot, but this is how I don't even know when to use my like home insurance or my like for car. Obviously, a car accident, like there's basic, logical things. But then there's like small things where it's like people will be like, oh, why didn't you have your insurance pay for that? And I'm thinking, I didn't even know they fucking could do that. But then I'm like, I don't want my shit to go up.
Honestly, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I would rather just not have insurance and cover things on my own anyway, because that's 9 times out of 10 what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, and it just, oh, God. And then you're, like I said, I don't know. We're paying like almost $400 a month in just in like home and auto insurance.
Just because we have to throw in money at them, and like the liability side and the automobile and stuff, like I get. Frankly, if somebody like gets hurt on my property, I'm like, oh, that's on you. You're an idiot. But yeah, like you got to have that because people sue over everything.
Yeah.
So like I understand the liability side. I'm willing to pay to make sure that they're going to pay out if somebody sues me. Like I'm not giving you $1 million of my money because you were stupid and tripped. But Or like, you're a bad guy coming on my property. Come on. But
Like, yeah.
or like,
I was
you
trying to
get
break
in an
in your
accident.
house.
It is your fault. You make a mistake. You think the light turned green. It didn't. You pull out, hit somebody. Oops. One of those dumb moments.
You pull out, she's pregnant, whatever.
One of those things that should be covered by insurance. But
you think
call your insurance company. Hello, I have an unexpected pregnancy. I was wondering what my policy terms are on that.
Sorry, it's not covered.
No.
No, we got maternity insurance here. So.
This is right. Oh man.
But no,
But then, like, I
so
don't want to have to
frustrating.
pay because somebody like puts a neck brace on to go into court, so they get paid more. You know what I mean?
You're like, damn,
that
my
side of it
car
I
door
get.
hit yours.
But yeah, like fender bender and
Yeah.
they can move fine everywhere else, but when they go to court, they're dying.
My ankle.
But and just like the other stuff, like I'd rather not pay for.
Yeah.
Like my car, my mother and father-in-law gave that car to me.
Yeah.
I paid for the licensing. If my car gets wrecked, I don't need money back for that car. Like
Yeah.
But and I know that they claim like you can pay like smaller amounts and just have the liability, but it's like you barely pay anything extra and you get the coverage. I don't know what I'm saying now because
No, you're right though, because you can do liability and it's like $19, or you can get the full thing and it's like $23.
And the reason is because they're never going to pay out the other thing.
I know.
It drives me nuts. I did have a good experience when I was in college. A deer ran out of nowhere. I was driving on the freeway.
Okay.
And a deer ran out of nowhere and sideswiped my car. And because I worded it on the phone, a deer hit me, they covered it. If I had said I hit a deer, they would have said, "Oh, that's on you." That's what one of the people on the phone said. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But
I can see that though, because
the terminology, the deer hit me. He said on the phone so that in court they could play it, and a deer hit me, and that means that there's liability on the other party, and the party's a deer. So
yeah, there's no, it is all on how you word things. Because one thing I will say, like about where I work, my supervisor, he'll be like, "Well, what did you mean?" And then I'll reread it, and you'll put like, "I think," or "What do you mean you think?" So like leaving out certain words like makes that sentence a lot different. Like you said, between I hit a deer and a deer hit me.
Right.
But a deer hit me. Fuck, I should have claimed it when I hit a deer on the freeway too.
Right.
For example, like in Richland, I
domestic
hit a deer.
violence.
Motherfucker.
She hit my fist with her face.
Yeah, she ran into my fist.
By the way, in the words of Joe Biden, it's never acceptable to hit a woman unless in those cases where it's self-defense, and that rarely happens.
I would be Joe Biden the way I speak.
Apparently, he has a speech impediment. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I mean,
you can.
I knew there was something, but I didn't know.
What kind though? Like a stutter?
Like he has kind of like a stutter, I guess.
I don't know. He has like brain farts like me when I talk.
But I still enjoy when they got Obamacare passed and they're at the White House and he didn't know the mic was still hot and he looks at Obama and goes, "That's a big fucking deal." Oh, yeah.
Fucking Biden.
I tell you.
Yeah, fuck insurance.
But yeah, insurance, man. I'm like, it's such a, and I understand, like I said, I get the foundations in the industry. You have to take more in than you pay out.
Yeah.
I get it. I get that I can't use it for everything all the time. But when I legitimately need it, when something is wrong in my house, if I am paying for insurance, it should be like black and white.
Yeah.
You have insurance or you don't. If you have insurance and it's reasonable and you need it, like I'm not saying, "Oh, I don't like my carpet anymore. I want to change my carpet out." No, that shouldn't be covered by insurance. Right?
Yeah.
But
like cosmetic-y things.
My house flooded. My carpet's no good. I need new carpet. You should pay for that.
Yeah, I'm getting mildew.
Why am I paying you so much money? Everybody that is in your company is paying hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and when I need $30,000, it's gonna ding me.
It probably like a money thing on their end, like wherever they get their money from. If they start making claims and getting that money.
Yeah,
those people are like, I'm not gonna give you nothing. You're fucking taking all this money.
Right. Well, so that's what caused the housing
You better
crisis.
stop saying yes to these people and start saying no.
Yeah,
You know, like,
that was one of the issues with the housing crisis back in 2007 and 8, from my understanding. You had bad mortgages that started to go really bad, and then you had bad insurance that started to go at the same time.
oh shit.
So these people that kind of hedged money and bought policies to help took out claims too fast, like for the Richie Rich claims.
Yeah.
And the whole thing collapsed.
Like, shit, we ran out of money. We can't
Because
do
there
anything.
weren't real people buying the houses. So everyone was buying up real estate to have and to rent out.
Yeah, trying to make money or whatever.
You know, the market can handle for a long time, but after a while, there have to be actual people wanting to rent the houses. At the time,
You can't just make DIY shows.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, it was a heyday for HGTV, but
Yeah, they just kind of crashed the
but
market.
yeah,
Thanks.
so the insurance claims couldn't keep up either, so the whole thing just imploded on itself.
So
very
HGTV,
interesting.
you're to blame for that.
HGTV, and did you hear that one guy went to prison? Like he, I never saw his show, but he did some sort of like buy and sell flip houses show.
Oh,
And apparently he did something very fraudulent, and he's going to jail.
sounds like a loser thing to do.
What a
Piece of
loser.
shit. He's a piece of shit too, probably because he's charging people for
I'll
nothing.
bet you he charges for insurance and then doesn't pay out claims.
Right? He doesn't pay his insurance.
Isn't it funny though? Like if you or I charge something to somebody, and then we're like, they came to use it, and we're like, no,
Well,
we would get in trouble. But a big company does it, no big deal. That's
that's like
how they are.
that's like like IRS.
Yeah.
You know, they'll take, you know, you'll get investigated and all this crap, you know, but if you have to owe them money, they're gonna take that shit quick.
If they find,
If they're trying to give you money, it's maybe be a little slower. They're gonna you know, investigate, do whatever, you know.
half the time, yeah, like you're gonna have the money
We're gonna
taken
seize your
before you
house
even know there
now.
was a problem. But
I know it's fucked up,
it's scary.
but
Yeah, man.
yeah, I went golfing though on Friday, so it was cool.
How'd that go?
It sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard.
like it's funny. Me and him, this guy went like a week before that.
Yeah, last
I hit
weekend.
like an incredible shot. It felt so
Was
good.
that last Sunday? It was like
That
a week
was.
ago, right?
It was, no, it was a couple weeks ago when we fucked up.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
When we tried to do the show and then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Amazing. I did great that day. Then when I golfed on just this Friday, it was shit.
Yeah, it's hard to string together consecutive games of good.
Yeah.
That's why when you see those pros and they're like 18 under for
Well,
a
the
4-round golf.
so I went with
Tournament.
there was these two other guys that were there for that tournament thing, and one dude was like this Samoan guy. He would crush the ball off the tee. Yeah, dude would smash the ball. It was crazy, but he was really good. And then the other guy, like, he was also very good. Like, he was just it was a bogey or par, or, you know, like, I'm like, just mark me down for a up 10.
Yeah. What's the max score I can get? Just give me that.
I had a one like that.
Because
I
think there are on the scorecard.
so
like
you can only do double of what
Yeah.
the score is. So
Yeah.
if it's like a par 3, you can only get six. Anything over, like, so if you're already at your 6th hit, we just pick up the ball kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like there was a hole like that. It was a par 4. I did great to get there, and then just a few chips and sucked. Just all this other crap happened. Or
Yeah.
I hit like a bitch. I did this, and then I got it. Like, I ended up picking my ball up. Like, this is gonna be my 8th hit, so I might as well just take this motherfucker. I go consistent though. I'm consistent.
Yeah.
6s. It don't matter if it's a par 3 or what.
Par 5, it's going to be a 6.
It's gonna be a 6
That's
to
great
an
for a
8.
par 5. I mean, hey.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a few of them. Like my driving, so I don't know, whatever. Golf's frustrating and
hard.
fun, and
I'm in a place right now. Like, if I had the money for it, I want to just go to the golf course all day, every day, and just work on it.
that's what I'm saying.
If I could
Let's go
win
in
a
halves.
lottery,
Let's go halvesies.
yeah, let's
we do that?
Let's do the family membership.
Can we do a halvesies thing?
I don't know.
We're a couple. We're going in halvesies.
Look, you can't prove a thing. Okay.
I know. It's like, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. It's really just Jesse and Tom trying to get a golf. Just trying to get a golf.
We need the family plan. We have 2 children.
We
I want to force Elliot to go golfing. He's such a turd when it
JJ.
comes
See, I
to
don't need to
stuff.
force him to golf because he wants.
would.
He's already interested in it, so I need to do that.
Nice. Elliot's not, but I think with JJ he would be. I think he would do it with JJ.
It would have to be like 9 holes, I think.
Yeah,
Something small.
Right. They're not
Half
they're
a
not,
hole.
They're not there yet. Yeah, 1 hole.
I might take JJ like maybe to like a range. That'd be kind of cool. Just to get
I
him
think
to hit the
getting them
ball.
comfortable with just hitting the ball. I had him out in the back, Elliot, out in the backyard a couple days ago, just hitting some balls around.
Yeah.
He had a good time. The dogs are a pain in the butt. They
Nice.
kept chasing the balls, but
That's what the little dogs do.
we've got those little orange wiffle balls.
Yeah.
Those are pretty
Well,
neat.
freaking, I'm like hitting. I have this little chip net, and so I bought it at Goodwill, and so I'm trying to see if I can chip into it. Which,
Yeah.
no.
I know. I tried to chip toward. I bought like a little tee for the backyard,
Yeah.
you know, and so I just hit some golf balls towards it. My dad's friend Dave, he can hit within probably like a. I'm gonna go real loose here and say a 5-foot radius around it.
That's incredible.
I mean, he's probably close.
What's
to
his
that.
name?
Dave. He's
I wonder if he does the tournament over here. At
he
Canyon
might.
Lakes.
I mean, he does. He goes around.
Does he
for
work at
tournaments.
Hanford or anything, or
He
do you-
used to.
I can
He's
see.
retired now.
I bet you there's a guy there.
But he's really a good golfer. I mean, he's the type of guy, when he hits the ball, you just hear it go through the air. Like you can actually hear it.
He has
like
a pretty swing.
spin through
That's
the
how
air.
this other guy was. His name, they call him No. I always fuck his name. DB.
Yeah.
And he was freaking. Dude was good. He doesn't like if you see these guys like. I'm gonna be so judgy. If you see these guys, you wouldn't think they golf like you, me,
Right.
like me, like
Right.
you don't look like you golf. But then like they're fucking hella good. Their swings might not be like the most pretty looking swings, but God, they're straight.
Yeah.
This dude, DB, the one that was probably, I guess he won the tournament last year, the money that is up for grabs. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna win.
I'm not doing this to win.
I'm paying because it was like $300, but you get a golf pretty much every weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's like it's worth it. But yeah, I know I ain't gonna win shit.
Yeah.
But this guy, he has a crazy. He'll drive it, and it looks like it's shanked to the left, and it's going,
and then it hooks around.
and then it just hooks hard around, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And it's just a far beast of a fucking drive, and
yeah.
it's just perfect. It's
Man.
like, fuck you.
Well, that's kind of.
They were hella cool guys though.
So Dave's got a really good swing. He's got his tempo down really well. And I don't think I've ever, and I played with him quite a few times. Like back when I was first out of college, I'd meet him and my dad after they got off work. And we would go golfing at Golfland a lot. And then we'd go play some other courses on like Fridays and things. And I don't think I ever saw him miss a green. I mean, he doesn't make mistakes. He's that kind of guy where like, you know, for him, a mistake is like, it didn't go as far as he wanted, or it didn't quite hit the exact spot on the fairway he wanted. But I mean,
He
he's
had a birdie on that hole. Can you believe it?
yeah, I mean, like I don't know. He's just great, and it just seems easy, and it's not fair. But I guess he and his ex-wife like split, and after that is when he really got into it. So
I mean,
to get his mind off it, he'd just go hit ball after ball after ball after ball after ball.
I mean, if
and
I was
he got good at it.
older and like, God forbid, me and Alicia split, kids are already grown.
God forbid. I mean, hey.
You know, like,
Yeah, right.
I could see myself just going to work and then after work go to the fucking driving range or do something.
Yeah.
Go home, masturbate all alone. It's so sad.
When I'm older, yeah, I think when,
You know
when
what
I
I mean? No, that'd be
retire, I
fun.
want my work day to be going to the golf course and just playing golf.
Right? Something.
Yeah, just like, yeah, I'm going to the club, and you just go and you play golf, and everyone knows your name, and they're like, hey,
Tom.
there he is. There's the guy.
How's retirement treating you?
Same joke every day.
Same. It's a Monday.
Grinding away.
God, I hate trying to spark up conversations sometimes with people who don't like really speak,
Yeah.
or they don't say anything, and you're just like, Yeah. How about the weather? That's always the one,
Yeah.
How's the weather going?
Weather.
Yeah, it's good. It's windy.
Yeah.
It's the weather. No, I've done that. Man, this weather's been great. Like when you're like at the fucking grocery store or something.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. Make it more awkward.
But there's people there at the grocery store that I'll talk to and I'll say, hey, how's your day going? I'm like, okay, geez, I won't talk.
Yeah. Sometimes, the cashiers, every once in a while, it's like,
There's like
man.
this kid, I don't know if he's a regular cashier, but he'll cashier. Mm-hmm. But there's times like I'll ask him how's your day doing? And he borderline, there's been times I just want to say something to him.
Oh, yeah?
Like, dude, what's your fucking problem? Like, why you got to be such an asshole for no reason? Like, well, I'm just asking you how your day is, and you're sitting there mumbling like you're pissed at me. Like, fuck you. Like, it pisses me off. Like, it comes to a point where I think it's because I'm in customer service, and to me, it's like poor service when you're like talking under your breath and you're being like, I don't know. It's almost like I know he's not comfortable doing it, but like at the same time, you don't gotta be a fucking piece of shit, mother. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't have any strong feelings about the subject.
It pissed me off though. There was one day I was like, dude, I want to say something to this kid. Like, hey man, you need to like
project your voice, bro.
Don't be scared, dude. You're a
Don't
big
bubble
boy.
under
You got this.
You're a big boy.
You're big. Like, he ain't big, but he's like a tall kid. He's like,
gotcha.
like, come on, have some confidence.
Yeah.
Stop being a bitch, man. Pick those nuts up. That little girl that sang at the HAP thing.
So
She fucking had bigger balls than me,
Let's roll
actually.
into this. So for those of you that don't know, locally we have this HAP award, the Hispanic Achievement.
I think that's a state
something.
thing, though, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. The way they talked about it, it sounds like it was started here. I don't know. Maybe it's everywhere. They acted like it was a local thing.
Well, no, it
So-
sounds like local, but it like
Maybe a local chapter.
I think it's like spread out
Oh, maybe.
more is how I took it.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, HAP, if you've never heard of it, Hispanic Achievement Awards. So kids that do well in school that are Hispanic heritage, they get recognized with certificates, and a select few that do really, really well get
It was like
scholarships.
40.
So there, 40 kids. Took about an hour and a half to get through them all.
Jesus.
But congratulations to all of them.
It was really
very
cool.
hard work. I was very impressed. They are more motivated than I will ever be.
See, and that was so impressive. Is like you're watching this, and they're like doing a little bio of each kid that would come up, number 40, and they'd be like, he'd come up, and it would be just this. He's in his community.
Yeah.
Fucking, he saved a couple children. He's
3.978 GPA.
Yeah, he's the Kovac Victorian.
Yeah.
There's a few of those, and you're just like, damn, these kids had so much motivation.
Thousands of hours of time spent in the community doing service.
Like mine would have been like there would have been nothing there.
Mine would have been. He works. He does do some things
He owes
outside
us.
of work.
That's why we have him on here. He owes us some money.
For giving some debt.
His insurance is garbage.
Yeah, hours of fighting insurance companies on the telephone.
No, it's cool though.
Very impressive. So those kids are very, very impressive. And it was funny because I work for a district, and our district leadership, three of our
So the lady in the blonde hair, that was part of the district? Mm-hmm. Okay.
yeah, that was pretty much right in front of us.
Yeah.
I know two of those administrators really well. I've worked with two of them, like very, one of them was the director of the department that I was in for years. So I got to know him really well. And the other one I've known
we ruined
for years.
We ruined any chance you got.
No, but our superintendent, I don't know personally. I've met her a few times. I don't really know her personally. But,
She looks like this gal that I used to work with. And so me and Orlando, when we were there, were at Orlando's like, Jesse, that's Angie from Charter. And I'm like, I don't think that's her.
Oh, no.
And then we couldn't see, and I kept looking, and I looked on my phone. I'm like, okay, the hair looks identical, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then when I finally seen him go up on stage, I was like, that's not her. He goes, no, that's her. I go, no, that's not her.
Yeah. Are you talking the gal with the short blonde hair?
She had
or
like
the
long,
Okay.
and she was like in a suit.
Yep. She's our superintendent.
No, I'm just kidding.
So they were sitting in the front row. We were sitting in the third row.
Yep.
And at the beginning of this event, I'm a teacher. I work with children, and I believe in supporting children and their dreams and their goals.
I do.
There are moments in life where events happen that are almost out of your control, and it can be very difficult to maintain professionalism, but it's important at all times to maintain that
It
professionalism.
really is.
And I'm going to tell you, in this particular moment I'm speaking of, people behind me were laughing.
They were.
Family beside me were laughing.
We were.
And
how'd your dad do?
I think your
dad got that stone face.
He knew it was funny.
You know, he was inside. Probably was cracking up.
I don't know. I was so focused on not losing it because I could feel it. I
tried hard.
And you guys are like, well, what are you guys talking about? What was happening? So, at the beginning of any event. Yeah.
No, well, I don't know if I should save the comment for after or before because it's like, maybe I'll save it for after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at the beginning of any event, we do a lot of patriotic things, sing the national anthem. Now, you may have heard this before. And before we get started, there's going to be some laughs. I'm going to be up front from the top.
Oh, I'm going to laugh.
But I don't want that to take away from the spirit of this little girl, because to get up there and do what she does time after time after time, I think that's a pretty epic thing.
Oh, no.
So
kudos.
For any little moment of laughter, there is a lot of respect, I have to say.
Yeah.
So I think she's 8. I would not do this today. And so I'm 30. I'm 30 years older than her. I would not do it.
I won't karaoke.
Yeah.
I won't go, like when I went to a bar with my sister-in-law, brother-in-law with Alicia. They were like, "Oh, let's go sing." And I'm like, "You guys can go sing."
Yeah.
Fuck you. I don't know anybody, and I'm going to sing. And we're going to listen to the Canadian national anthem.
So I know that, you're singing the Canadian national anthem, but we're going to pick up at the American national anthem.
To my Canadians, love you.
And I want to say, this is a different event. You're not looking at the HAP Awards in this video.
But the scene's the same.
But she's in, Indiana, I think, in this video. She travels a circuit.
So she's actually in Toronto. Oh no, she is in Indiana. She's at a Pacers game.
She's at a Pacers game.
They're for the NBA playoffs.
Right, but she's playing the Raptors, I think, in this game or something. But and
oh no, yeah.
But she does the exact same. Oh yeah, it's up top. She sings this song the exact same way. I mean, I'm telling you, you're seeing the performance she did at the HAP Awards when you watch this video. So,
before we start this, I don't know who this little girl is. I don't even know that they're doing this when I'm at this HAP Award, right?
Yeah.
So for me, the initial reaction was shock.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what I was about to hear.
Yeah. Kinsley Murray is her name.
I thought she was going to, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
So, the little girl walks out on stage in America dress. Very cute.
Yeah, very cute.
And you're expecting just your normal kid version of the national anthem. And this is what you hear.
Now, please remain standing as the IU Air Force ROTC presents our nation's colors and join in the singing of the United States National Anthem.
I think the Pacers are going to play.
Can you see my life was so
Not bad so far.
Not too bad, no.
Which I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars
I was.
What do they call that,
I hadn't
a rhyme?
lost it yet when I was listening yet.
Yeah. Kind of interesting.
I think I was crackling here coming up because the people behind us.
That's
that
probably
guy's
the best
laughing.
part.
Hold. I lost it here.
That part, same exact note change when we saw it live.
This is where I lost it. Because I didn't expect that.
I did not either.
I was like, whoa. Man. It's very, she sings with a lot of passion, though.
She does. I mean, that's when I'm like, she's trying a lot of different things. I give her a lot of credit. And again, to have
I
the
think
guts
she's
at
doing
this
too
age,
much. But that's her thing, I think.
That was my favorite part. The waving hand, like the flag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when she did that, I was like, okay.
She's got the falsetto. She's got the falsetto.
Home. Yeah.
It's when she goes low that gets me every time.
The gun. But I mean, I get what she's doing
So,
there. Like,
that's 8-year-old.
I mean, yeah, hey, yeah.
America.
I gotta say, like,
I don't remember seeing
you
fucking stitch marks in the American flag,
Oh,
but whatever.
yeah.
I've never seen that.
You never looked at the flag up close?
Not that close. I never
Yeah,
expect.
no, it's. I mean, I don't want to just make fun of this kid. Like she.
Yeah, I was
Obviously-
really trying to be, because I had my kids there.
Yeah.
Because Elena was getting a HAP award.
Right.
And JJ was with me.
Yeah.
And when he lost it, my son is 9 years old. And he's usually pretty respectful, but he
Yes.
even lost it. He was like, he looked up at me because he was like wanting to laugh. And so, your kids look at you, so you're trying to be like,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And then it did, like you said, it didn't help that the people behind us,
No.
they were losing
And I
it.
look over at Blanca, her head was down, and she was laughing hard.
Yeah, she was
She's
trying.
horrible at that
She
kind of
tried
stuff.
too.
But I just like my head was up high enough, like anybody could have seen me. I'm like, I am not laughing at this kid here. It just wasn't
I
unexpected.
kept trying to keep my head down. I'm like,
But I did the Pacers. I just covered my mouth.
That's all you can
I mean,
do.
I just kept a straight face and watched, and good for her though. Like, to do that over and over again. This kid travels the country singing the national anthem.
Like I said, she has a lot of balls to
Yeah.
get up there and do that. And like, my question is, do you think like the parents or who do you was that would just, do you think there's a point where you're saying yes too much?
Yeah,
You're
I
being
think-
a yes person. You're not like, because I think, and this is a lesson we were trying to teach JJ actually
Yeah.
the other day, is sometimes I had to tell him like, sometimes you need to take criticism.
Yeah, right.
That's the only way you're going to grow is you
Right.
And we're not trying to criticize this little girl, but you know what I mean?
No.
Do you think there was
But, I
too
mean,
much
there
of
was
that?
definitely
and
some,
now
like-
people do it as a joke?
Yeah,
Do you think?
I think probably because like there were definitely some note issues there. Like her pitch was off, clearly.
But
off
she
in
could
some
carry,
parts of the
though.
game. But she had some like technique,
Yeah.
And I'm not like a music expert, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But just like anybody that heard that, you can tell where it was off.
I've watched The Voice countless times. I've watched American Idol. I am a fucking voice
I can
critique.
say what Reba would say.
Yeah, I'm an oculist.
I
Wait,
think
is that ear?
there's some truth. Is that
An
eyes?
ocular? Oh, no, ocular's eyes.
Yeah.
I'm ear-iller.
Auditorial.
Yeah, anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe. Wait. No. Anyway, whatever. I think you're right though that there probably needs to be some honesty with her, just in like, okay, hey, you got something. Like first, you're willing to get out there and you're willing to do it, and you love what you're doing. That's clear. So that's great. But now it's time to really perfect that technique.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're getting that pitch right.
So we've been watching Ted Lasso, and there was this scene where, like, this girl had to fire her friend, right?
Yeah. That's
And she's like, she's stressing out. Like, I don't want to do that. And the other girl says something to her, and it sounds rude, but then it was not like it was nice, but rude, then nice. And she's like, no, that's what you do.
She sandwiched it.
Yeah. She's like, you give him a compliment. Tell him you're gonna let him go. Give him a compliment. You get him the compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
And it's in a similar sense. That's kind of what you want to do when you critique someone. Is you're not you critique them.
Yeah.
You're doing great here, here, and here, but you need
Yeah.
to maybe work on this, this, and this.
And when you come back here after working on
But
that,
you know
I
what?
can't wait to see the singer you're
I will say kudos to that girl because she's gonna be making. I'm sure she's gonna get like a lot of views,
She's
money.
got more views than we've ever gotten.
Oh,
so I mean, she can watch our podcast and do like a breakdown of us and be like, "Wow,
These guys are trash.
losers." So
Do you hate when amateur podcasters try to think they're professional podcasters?
you dumbass.
She just roasts us.
40-year-old men sitting in your room.
She lights us
All
up.
right, hey, all right.
The roast of Just Weirdly Blended.
This is a family podcast.
Jesus Christ, this girl just lit us up.
No, I mean she's got guts, so she probably would.
So there was this. I have this story. There was this kid when I was in Job Corps, and I don't know if any of my Job Corps people out here listen, but his name was Shane, and I know a couple of my roommates, we knew this guy. Like he came in, we call him input brother. Like so we all came in together, and so it was like me, this guy Shane. There was this kid Chris, and there was a few of us in a room. It was 4 of us. Well, this guy Shane, he would always tell these just outlandish stories. Just he was full of shit. You know,
Sure.
You knew he was full of shit. He was this white kid. He was just.
But
Like,
good storyteller.
Oh yeah, it was over the top. He would talk about he took on what was it like 8 people, broke cuffs off, like
Sure.
and he's smaller than I am.
Skinny guy.
Yeah, he's a small guy, and we're like okay. And then me and my buddy, this guy Chris, would always tell him like, man, you don't gotta lie. You don't gotta lie to like fit in. Just be you. Like we're cool with it. We don't care.
Right.
We knew this guy was not all there.
None of us went around dragging people around by handcuffs and.
Yeah, we knew this guy wasn't like he wasn't like all like he was there.
was something
But there was
off.
something off, you know. Like he was just an odd kid.
He was
But
gonna go
we were
shoot
cool with him.
something up.
We were cool with him, you know. Like,
Yeah.
but we would tell him like, hey, just be yourself. And so he stayed himself. I guess that was who he was.
Yeah,
But he wanted to rap. They had this talent show over there at Job Corps, and he wanted to rap. And so one night we're like, well, let's listen to it. Let's hear you rap. And it sucked. And we try to tell him, right? We try to be nice about it.
Yeah.
But we're like, whatever. You know what? If you want to do it, Shane, let's let you do it. So me and this guy Chris, we were like, all right. I had like this necklace. Like, here, you wear this. Here, wear these clothes. Kind of like we'll play the part for him. You know,
Yeah.
or help him out.
Yeah.
So, you know, but he had the balls to get up on stage,
do it.
and he did it. And the cool thing was like some of the other, like the girls like that were there too. Some of them were like grinding, doing stuff on stage. Like they
So everybody kind of got into it to kind of like hype him up.
to hype him up,
Yeah.
you know. And he was not good, but you know they hyped him up, and
Sure.
the fact that he was able to get on stage and do that, I always thought that was very impressive.
It's admirable. Yeah.
And so I remember, you know, we told him that like, fuck, I wouldn't do that, but
Right.
like, good for you, man.
Right.
Like,
Well, that's there was this guy
But-
I knew in college. I don't remember his name now, but he wanted to be a stand-up comic, and he wasn't super funny, but every talent like comedy show that he could possibly get himself into, he did like an open mic.
Is he
at
still
the
doing that, you
campus.
think?
I have no idea. Like I said, I don't remember his name. If he is doing it, he's not a headliner.
you come find out he's just amazing.
But you know, at the time, it was kind of like he was an Asian kid, and most of his jokes were like Asian jokes. So
okay.
I think I don't know if I ever told him, but it was kind of the thing of like maybe kind of like
Tone it.
look outside of that a little bit. Like if
Using
he
the
just
stereotypes.
seemed to be like shitting on himself all the time for the sake of humor, and like you know, I don't know, the jokes just.
They
For
fall
my
flat.
taste, didn't land all that well, but
Yeah.
but he was adamant. I mean, that was what he wanted to be, was a stand-up comic. So back at that guy, like he's probably still doing comedy somewhere.
That's cool.
know,
like
which is
when you
like,
want to
hey.
know, when you know your thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no more power to you.
Right? Like you know, you're doing it. It's like us, the podcast. Like we do it because we enjoy it, man. Like
Yeah, comedy would be crazy to
it'd
do.
be hard to be on all the time. I have moments where I can be on, and funny, but let's
I'm more
do it
funny,
all
I
the
think,
time.
when I'm like bantering back with someone or like,
situationally funny. I can.
yeah,
be.
I'm not like, hey, did you hear about Rob at the
Right.
grocery store?
Right.
You
I
know,
can't tell a
some-
joke.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I think I could go up on stage and like
I can't tell a story.
riff, is it called riff with somebody?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I could riff with them.
You know, in the situational.
You think that's what Matt
humor,
Riff's name is? Actually, Matt Riff. Like he's a
Maybe.
riffer.
Maybe.
because he does you know,
Maybe.
like his
maybe.
real last name isn't Rife.
Yeah.
a Riff.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
it's a stage name.
But yeah, I don't know. To be funny all the time, no.
I
couldn't
can
do
see.
it.
Yeah, it'd be like you go home and you're just like, I don't want to talk.
Some people would say I'm never funny. So
I think you're hilarious.
thank you very much.
Some
I
people
appreciate
probably
that.
think we're both idiots,
Yeah.
like our wives,
Some people probably will never listen to us, but that's okay.
but they're missing out, and
But
they're the real ones.
Our
that are
kids
idiots.
find us to be fun. I was having a blast. I was the best comic of the night at my parents' house last night. They had my nieces and nephews there and Elliot for a sleepover, and I was, I was telling some good jokes. I was doing my Dracula impression.
Oh,
They were laughing at that. I was singing songs from Disney. They were cracking up.
that's great.
Held my nephew upside down and put his feet on the ceiling. He thought that was a riot. It's good times, man.
That's fun though. You could be that fun uncle.
It's so easy to make kids laugh. It's great.
It is. Like I'll crack jokes with JJ or the kids. I'll say stupid little dad jokes.
Yeah.
Obviously, and like it's funny. We were like Sadia and like some of the the older kids. Little daddy jokes will slip out. Daddy jokes. That doesn't sound dad jokes. You know what I mean?
It's getting a little awkward. Okay.
But like they'll do little dad jokes.
jokes.
And I've heard Sadia was like, God damn it, Jesse. Like
You got it in there.
yeah. And so we were watching Ted Lasso yesterday, and there was a scene where this guy Roy, he's like the hard ass of the coaching staff.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious. He's like Alicia's favorite, but he made these like little quips, these little things, and he was like, "Fuck." He's like mad at Ted Lasso because he's starting to rub off on him.
Oh.
So you see that, and so it made me laugh because it made me think of that. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
Cheeky went to
She had prom.
last
Oh,
night,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, she had prom.
Blanca
She
showed
looked-
a picture. She didn't even look like herself.
No, she looked like a very young lady. She looked beautiful. She had her
Yes,
dress
very
on.
pretty.
Yep. I was like, girl, your hair looks longer.
Yeah, she looked different.
Yeah. She had her hair up. Like they looked beautiful. Her and her friends were there, and so yeah. I got him a corsage.
Did she have a date, or did she just?
No,
go
she went with her
friends?
cousin,
Oh, okay.
and then her two friends came
Cool.
later on that day, and then they all got ready together and stuff.
That's fun.
And so
I didn't even know it was
We were-
prom weekend.
it was like this close to not letting her go.
Really?
Because like her grades, and so me and Alicia kept talking about it, and we're like, you know what? Alicia's like, what do you think? I'm like, as much as I don't like, as much as I want her grades to, get up, and I need her to know, like, because she's like trying, she's doing all this, and so I told Alicia, I was like, she can go, like, I think it'd be okay, because it's an experience and
It's a
whatever.
big moment in life.
But there's something I had to tell her the other day. It was like, just remember, this is on, like, because we weren't sure at this time, and she was like having a thing, and I was just like, hey, it's on you. Like, this is, at the end of the day, this is your doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But then, like, she's trying, so we just told her, yeah, you can go. Like, I was like, you just keep the same energy you have right now. Like, that you need to take that energy and just keep carrying it, because it's not going to be easier when you get to become a senior.
No.
It's going to be just hard. I go, it's going to be harder because
You're going to feel more pressure.
you are. And I know, because like I was that kid where it was
Right.
like you had to do so much work all the time, because you might have slacked off
Right.
early on in your high school career.
Right.
And now you're like,
Well, and
oops.
at some point in your life, you're going to have to put that effort in
Yeah.
to get
So
somewhere.
she's been doing that. She's been doing
Yeah,
great
good.
and getting the grades up. And I know how teachers, they're busy, so it's not like they're able to grade stuff if, like, as soon as she turns it in,
Right. Hopefully
So-
they're doing it.
So no, they had a
relatively.
blast, and yeah, it was nice. I was able to get a couple corsages. I didn't know her other friends were gonna go, or I'd probably try to get like all four of them.
Oh, gotcha.
But I was just like, hey, I know this last minute. Can you guys do this? Shout out to Shelby Florist.
Floral florist.
Yeah, it's over off Edison. They came through, and it looked really pretty, a little gold and white look. I don't know.
Nice.
However they fucking make that stuff.
Yeah.
Always, you gotta have like little fingers or something. I feel like, because it's so small. Like, I had to fix like this ribbon on the back of hers yesterday, and I'm like, God, this would be frustrating,
I couldn't do it.
right?
It's like
I don't know.
trying to do hair. Yeah.
But yeah, she had a blast. They had a
Good.
we picked them up afterwards, and they were like, my feet hurt.
Yeah, I'll bet. They
We
have
danced the
nice
whole time. It
shoes
was at
on.
the Moore Mansion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it looked
We-
really. We dropped them off, and it just looks so cool because it's this huge mansion.
Yeah.
You go to this Moore Mansion that you don't get to see. So it's like at the
Right.
Moore yard, more
Oh,
or
no,
less.
It wasn't even inside.
No, You don't get to see the mansion. No one ever gets to go in that mother.
So stupid.
You can use our yard.
Yeah, okay.
You can use our grass yard. It's like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'm under the fucking bridge. Yeah,
Is it a
it's only
tent?
cool because it's a fucking mansion.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not cool because I'm under the bridge. That's where the homeless people live.
Well, they used to use it, I think, but didn't it burn down at one time? Maybe they just didn't renovate the inside.
I don't know.
It's,
No,
it's all fake inside. This is empty.
It's just nothing. It looks like a dollhouse.
The front can open.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That would be sick. That's
right.
a architectural concept there.
Just
A real
click,
life dollhouse that you can really get it to open.
yeah. Seems like there could be some weathering issues.
You know, you get
Right.
it so like, you know, weatherproofs up somehow.
Yeah, like
That'd be
a
sick.
real life Barbie house where there's just
Yeah, this is my man cave. It's my bar. It's my Ken cave.
It's kind of like RVs, I guess, with the tip outs and stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it would be like that, but the
Yeah.
house opens. That'd be kind
Yeah.
of sick.
Yeah,
It'd be
man.
pointless, but
It would serve no purpose, but
no. Like if I ever, I was thinking about this the other day. I was watching a stucco. They were doing stucco, and I was like, oh, cool. It would be cool to see them do that, but like make it look like Legos. So you like,
oh yeah.
you basically, it would take forever, I'm guessing.
But you make like little lines. that
Like,
look
yeah,
they
make
click
little
Legos
lines, and then
together?
each brick would be like, you know, yellow, and
A
one
different
would be blue.
color?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, so when you look at your house, it looks like Legos, but it's really
Yeah.
just stucco or whatever.
That would not be gaudy at all. People, neighbors
Can
would
you imagine?
love it. Wow, what are they
Lego
doing?
house. How old are you?
Paint yourself yellow.
Hi.
By the way, shout out to the Lego movies. Those things were,
Oh, Lego
So
movies are
funny. So
hilarious.
oh my god.
Lego
Yeah.
movies crack me up. No, I do have question of the week.
Okay,
I was
which one are
watching.
you going with?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
You got two good ones, so
I do. I do.
do it.
I wasn't. I don't know. I don't know why that sounded. You know what? Just because I don't want to find the other one, I'll just do this one. So, what's the hardest part about being a dad? I know being a parent's just hard in general, but about being a dad, like for you, what do you find like the hardest part?
Being around them, no. Just
Being
kidding.
present.
Just kidding. I think the hardest part's really doing what you should do for them. Like,
Yeah.
in the sense that there are a lot of times where you just don't have the energy.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
But like, and Elliot gets a lot of downtime. He gets a lot of time without us. But like after work, I used to really struggle when he was little, like kindergarten, first grade, because I'd be, I teach at the school that he's at. So it would go from like a long day teaching kids right to having my own kid with me. Like,
Yeah.
They leave, he comes in. And it's like he wants to talk. And I definitely made the mistake of like shutting him down and being like, Daddy just needs some mental decompression time for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost my cool on him at times, and I've gotten a lot better at not doing that. Part of that might be that he's a little older now.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I think, yeah, being like in that present moment with the kid.
actually present. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I think that is probably one of the harder parts too. I feel like for me, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's just like taking that moment to be like, okay, I know I'm like tired as fuck, but all right, it's we'll
Yeah.
play video games, or because JJ will sometimes ask me, hey, you want to play Minecraft, or
Right,
you want to
right.
do this, and there's been times where I'm like, just give me a few minutes.
Yeah.
But then like I start thinking about it. Or I'll see a video pop up as I'm not doing anything but scrolling my phone. So it's like, I'll see a video. It's like, reason number 4 why you should spend time with your kid. And you're like, okay, fine, I'll go
Fine.
spend with the kid.
Fine,
Fuck, that's the world telling me.
Do you think that they should do that on purpose on like the apps? Because they can do this. They like after like so much time of scrolling, it just starts doing like parenting videos of like
oh, the algorithm switches
the
up.
algorithm's like, it's time to get off. Your kid has been alone for an hour.
Do you
and a
know
half.
why your kid is struggling in this?
Yeah, right.
Because you're on your goddamn phone. Like,
Seriously, no.
how do you
for real.
know, Jesse? Get off your no. And it's not like I'm always on my phone, like, but there, you
No,
get
but
those
our
down.
culture definitely is phone driven.
Yeah, even
point.
there's times with JJ, I'll see him, and I've gotten to the point where sometimes it's frustrating. But like for me, like I'll finish this real quick. But for me, like it's the same thing though. It's being present,
Yeah.
being mindful of that. So trying to do things with them, you know, in those little small moments. And then sometimes they don't want to. They rather just, you know, play their game or do whatever. So it's like, you know, spending like I did 30 minutes with JJ to soccer around. We kicked the ball. He didn't want to, but I was like, no, let's do this. And then obviously we're out there.
Elliot would throw in the baseball, same thing.
And it was around the time we were actually, it sucked. I'm like, oh, let's go. We're going to do this. And then we were telling Cheeky, yeah, you can go to prom. And then we just had a little conversation with her. And then I'm like, okay, bud, let's go. Because I didn't want him to like, I'm coming back in. I don't want to be fucking
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, spend those times.
Yeah. I had to check myself yesterday because we were at Elliot's baseball game. And baseball's long. Like, baseball's
long.
a time commitment. And not in earshot of him, but just to my wife, I was kind of like, you know, joke stating like, if he never does baseball again, I'll be okay with that. 2.5 hours is a little much. And she kind of looked at me like, are you serious? And I thought about it. I'm like, this is so good for him. Like, he is kind of killing it right now in baseball. His confidence is coming up. He got his thumb smashed. He went to hit, and the ball and the bat smashed his thumb. He stayed out there and played. I took him out some ice, like, to put in between batting, you know. But otherwise, like, he was on the field. He hit again. He didn't let that stop him. It used to be he would have shut down and not wanted to bat again.
Yeah.
He's one of the oldest kids on the team, which is really good for his confidence because he's probably one of the best on the team because of that. And he is just like hitting balls out to the outfield, and he's running good, and he's catching balls and just like
just having a fun.
It's good for his self-esteem because he's a kid that doesn't really like to put himself out there like that. And so I'm just like, that's part of my parenting. I'm gonna have to check and just put myself out of my comfort zone.
It is hard to do. It is hard to like switch that because it's like,
because I'm not an athlete. Like, I never played sports. I didn't really have a big.
It's so funny because like I love sports, but JJ's doesn't want
the opposite. See, that's the type of kid I was. I was
like, nah, come on.
I would go out and like play. Like, we'd throw the football around and we'd shoot hoops, that kind of thing. But actually, like, playing it as a team, I was.
Oh, see, I never did that up until high school.
Yeah,
I would just play around with kids in the street or do whatever. But I was hoping JJ or someone would want to get into like baseball or basketball. JJ like soccer. I'm like,
zero interest in athletics. And like,
yeah, that's probably not happening.
Yeah,
she's probably not going to do any sports.
No, and that's okay. I do want her to. My hope for her is just to get her active now, because I know how hard it is the older we get, you know, like.
Yeah, because she's very recluse.
Yeah, a lot of her interests aren't like physical interests, which is okay. I mean, I get that. Yeah. But
she got into like this 3D, it's called Blender or something.
Yeah.
It's like a 3D print. It's like a 3D thing where you can design 3D like for printing.
Oh, nice.
She was telling me about, and so I'm like, all right, no, cute, that's cool. Like, so I have a computer that I'm going to try to finish up that I'm going to give her so she can use it here.
Nice.
And see if that works for her.
She has this thing?
It's like an app she downloaded on her computer. It's like it's a website or something, but.
So where do you print the thing? Or
you don't print it, you design it.
Oh,
it's the designing.
Okay.
Like
just
you can
practice designing for 3D printing. Oh, cool.
It's cool.
Yeah,
So,
very cool.
I'm like, all right.
No, both of our kids, Elliot and Elena, are into the techie kind of stuff. Like Elliot, I think he loves video games so much. I'm telling him, like, you've got to look into what it takes to be a game designer or something where you can make.
Yeah, I think JJ's is. I don't know. I'm trying to find out what his
thing is.
What his thing is. He loves to read and like he likes.
He's a writer,
writing.
man.
I think honestly, I want to hear his next. He just did an essay. He said he finished like typing it, and he was like, "Yeah, I finished. I did like 4 paragraphs." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." He's all impressed with how fast he can type.
Nice.
But his stories are always really well written for a 4th grader.
Maybe he will be
like, I feel like his writing's a little more advanced for the words he uses sometimes, or like the way he structures a sentence. I think it's because he reads all the time.
Well, there's a.
I mean, he reads chapter books. Like, he loves those things.
See, Elliot does not enjoy reading.
Yeah, he's like, oh, dude, I'm reading this dragon book. You know,
Oh, I know
Lucifer
exactly.
the dragon. And, you know, he's talking about
What are you talking about?
morning stars.
Lucifer.
No, but JJ, he's into technology. I know they want to do YouTube, which
Yeah.
we should let the boys try to do YouTube.
I
videos.
know.
But the thing that got me one time that gets me upset actually is when he's on his phone. Like in the morning, I'm like, okay, I need you to get ready for school, you know, whatever. And he'll be getting ready, but he'll have his phone.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
put the phone down and get ready.
Yeah.
And then I'll see him again on the phone. I'm like, bro, I need you to like put like what are you doing? Like you need to just no phone right now. Like,
Right.
get ready. Like he got upset one day because I was just like I got on him. I'm like, hey man, we need you to get ready. Like we got like 10 minutes before you need to go to school,
Right.
and you're sitting there walking around with your phone. What the hell? And I was annoyed. At least he was like, what's going on? He's already getting ready. I was like, I know, but he needs to finish. Like he's sitting there walking around his phone. I'm like, whatever, like what? I'm not trying to make this a fight. I'm just saying he's on his phone. He can just not look at his phone for fucking 10
Get
minutes.
ready and then take
Get
your time
ready.
on
Then
the
you can
phone.
look at your phone.
Yeah.
That's why I try to tell the kids, like, just get it done. And then you got all this time.
Yeah. See, I'm lucky
When you
with
start
Elliot.
chopping.
Elliot doesn't get on any device until, so like we get ready. I wake him up. He gets himself dressed. He comes up. And then when we're getting in the car, I give him my phone.
Yeah.
And I used to not let him have electronics at all in the morning, but he's gotten old enough that I do now. Part of it because I need to get my work done.
Well, sometimes you need.
Kind of selfish. I get to work. I need to get work done.
Well, there's times I'm
But,
at home and JJ's trying to talk, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to. I
Yeah.
need to get back into this. Like, check
Right.
some emails real quick.
Right. Yeah, and I think it's okay to let kids know too. Like if you're working from home, that's a whole nother level because there are times where you can be dad, and there are times where you're at work, and you can't explain that to your kid and say, "Look, when
Well, yeah, which I
when
have
I'm
to.
at work, I'm not. It's not that I don't want to be with you, but I have responsibilities so that I can take care of you and I can feed you and I can do these things. And so during this time,
When you get home, I'm not dad.
Yeah.
I am Mr. Barber.
you call me Mr. Barber and you leave me the fuck alone. You understand? No.
Yeah, I am your boss. I will fire you
When you
in
see
a heartbeat.
the power suit on, you leave me alone.
I know. Anytime they know meetings come up, because I'll be like in like a polo or a work shirt, and then I'm like in shorts.
The second that the meeting's over.
A lot of times, or sometimes I'll just leave it on.
Yeah.
but I'll
That
be in
first year-
shorts, just chilling.
When everything shut down for COVID, I had a collared shirt that I would leave
Oh yeah,
by the desk and just pop that on for a little video meeting.
yeah. I have a button up that I use sometimes too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. No, I'd rather be. I like being back in the classroom. It's way,
dude, I
way
miss-
better.
I'm telling you, mentally, like working from home is not. I like that I'm able to have the freedom to like go
Yeah.
to clinics or do stuff, and I don't have to be stuck
Right.
at home the whole time. Because man, it does something to my mentals.
Yeah, I think I'm too much of like a structure person to be able to really work from home. Like I can feel like it could be too easy to get out of work mode and then just feel like blah. Like when you get those weekends
I'm the same way.
where you're just like, I don't even know what I want to do. Like there's so many things I could do. I
Like
just
this
don't even
weekend.
know. Yeah. I know.
Like, I don't
this
know what the
crappy
fuck to do.
Man.
Man, I think I might see if Felicia wants to go to movies today.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. I know we
been
have to go
quite a
to.
few. We've got some that we're gonna finish up today, I think.
We gotta go to Costco and yeah, I watched that King Richard.
Oh
Will
yeah.
Smith
Oh
one.
yeah.
It's good,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good,
yeah.
it's good.
We watched that a while ago. Yeah. He was an intense guy.
Yeah, it was good. I just
Yeah.
it was a good little sport movie.
Yeah.
John Berthenol, I think that's I don't know how to say his name correct, but he's the one who had the mustache.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who coached like Venus and Serena
Oh.
towards the end, and his character was funny because like it's so out of character for him.
Yeah.
So to see him that way instead of this like tough, badass, like he's normally like, he's the Punisher or he's Shane from The Walking Dead in the beginning.
Oh,
he's like he's
gotcha.
usually such a badass character. He kicks ass and he's
that's
fucking
who
just,
it is.
He just has like
Gotcha. Yeah.
He seems like he's like a hard ass, but in this movie he's just like.
No.
He has like I think a Chicago style accent. I couldn't pinpoint it right
Yeah.
away. I have to look up who the guy is to see where he's at because he had like there were certain words he said differently,
Ah.
but I think he was doing the dialect from wherever that guy was from.
Gotcha. The Midwest.
Yeah. He sounded like Chicago.
Yeah. Why don't we go out there?
Yeah, but it was like just a
Chicago.
little bit of Chicago, but not a lot of Chicago.
Just a little bit.
But I don't
The
know.
Midwest, you know.
I'm good. I think I'm good.
I got nothing else.
I don't got nothing else.
No, welcome to season 7. I hope,
season
this is the
7.
beginning of our 7th season. You might be asking yourself, why are you still doing this? And
We'll ask ourselves that one day.
we enjoy it. It's
That's what it is, really.
it's a good time. Yeah.
Hey, who knows? By season 10, we could have a lot more followers. You never know.
Who knows?
We're just consistent. We're not consistent.
We're
pretty, but
pretty
I think at
consistent.
a minute there we were.
We just have a few weeks. Well, and some of that was that technical difficulty stuff. But look at today. If our audio turns out right,
It's gonna be.
then it's great stuff.
And if not, I'm gonna cry because then
Yeah.
it sucks. Because then.
Oh well.
Oh well, we'll find out.
All right, guys. Have a great week. We will see you next time.
Just weirdly blended out.